Hey guys, it's Sami, and this is Wrestling Unlimited, as it's Monday, and that means tonight was Monday Night Raw. Last night's Monday Night Raw does go. Super easy show to watch. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was really good. Great build to Saturday night's main event and beyond potentially. So yeah, I thought this was an easy show to watch. I am dreading the day Raws go back to 3 hours. Like, God freaking hell, don't get me started on that one. I do not want to see Raw go back to 3 hours because these 2 hour Raws have been amazing. I don't want SmackDown to go to 3 hours. It's like I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see 3 hour Raws, 3 hour SmackDowns. But everything that I'm hearing and being told is come the new year, 3 hour Raws, 3 hour SmackDowns. So we're getting such a good groove right now from WWE. 2 hour CW NXT, 2 hour USA Raw, 2 hour USA SmackDown. It's like, don't do anything. Don't change it. The shows are so good right now. They flow very well. They're quick to get through. We don't need that dying third hour. I get it. If you're going to be offered it for more money, then you take the money. I get it. But it's like, yeah, it's a little much when you got these great 2 hour shows. So, Elite, I don't understand what you're saying. Now you're seeing what I've been saying for yours? For mine, what? Saying my stuff goes too long? But a lot of good stuff to talk about. Got a new match from Saturday night's main event. A singles match has been turned into a triple threat match. And CM Punk said that, well, he won't tell us what the goddamn, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, my mind just went blank. Favor is from Paul Heyman. Plus, Seth finally said why he hates Punk. Because Punk shut him out. 10 years ago. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you're watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel, one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I greatly appreciate it if you did right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember, help us out on YouTube at that subscribe button. That way you know when we post new videos. That way you know when we go live. And that way you know when we post to the community tab. Also, remember, you can help the channel by hitting the join button and becoming a channel member. Even if you subscribe at just the $1 tier, we greatly appreciate it. You can do that either here on YouTube or patreon.com/PWU Unlimited. Also, remember, if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, you can do so by donating a super chat in the live chat. And finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use this code right here, PWU Unlimited at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. There's so much new stuff in Fortnite right now that when you're getting all these passes and getting Lego skins and getting Lego builds and all this stuff, use our code PWU Unlimited. Whether you're getting the Chapter 6 Season 1 pass, whether you're getting the OG pass, whether you're getting the Lego pass, whether you're getting the racing pass, whether you're getting the festival pass, or you just need a bunch of new stuff to build up your city and your house for Lego Brick Life, Lego Fortnite Brick Life. Put this code in on the shop at the bottom where it says you have a creator code. You do. It is PWU NLIMITED for all Epic Games. Epic Game Store purchases, whether you're on your PlayStation, your Xbox, your Switch, your mobile device, your computer, anywhere you can load into Fortnite. As far as Monday Night Raw does go, I think we've all been saying that, not just you. My notes are all out of order for some reason. There we go. So Monday Night Raw kicks off with Gunther coming out to the ring. Gunther is in the ring and said that Finn Balor made a grave mistake last week. Balor had his attention, and at Saturday night's main event, he would put an end, just like he did at Survivor Series. Judgment Day, minus the females, all interrupted, and Balor didn't appreciate that Gunther passed over him for a title match to what he said it was against somebody that didn't even deserve it. And Dom goes, like, excuse me? I didn't what? So I like that one. Finn pissing off Dom now. Balor said that he was the only reason that Gunther even retained his title. And at Saturday night's main event, it ain't gonna end like Survivor Series. It's gonna end with him getting the championship. He said after 8 long years, he would be world champion again. Gunther then said, "You didn't do anything to earn this title shot." He said that Balor might have became the first Universal Champion 8 years ago, but at that time, he was only good for 1 night. He said, back then, I looked up to you. I respected you. That respect faded away over the years because Balor began trying to cut corners. He took shortcuts and aligned himself with weirdos in a clubhouse. He chose to play second fiddle to a guy like Damian Priest. He said there was no respect left, and now Gunther will take him out. Balor was the best in the world 8 years ago. Not anymore. Gunther was the best in the world right now and for thousands of days to come. And his title proved it, with it sitting on his shoulder. Balor will not win on Saturday because he was not on Gunther's level. This is when Judgment Day would take offense and jump into the ring to attack old Gunther, but out would come Damian Priest. They ran after Priest instead, and he laid them all out by himself. Balor tried attacking from behind, but Priest chucked him into the ring. Gunther and Priest then took turns attacking Balor. Eventually, they led to challenging and fighting each other. And I'm like, oh, where is this leading to? To the point where Gunther was even about to powerbomb Priest through the announce table, but Balor stopped it. Balor gave Gunther a coup de grace off the apron. Priest then attacked the Judgment Day, but they got the best of him as well, with Priest hitting a coup de grace 3 times. And Judgment Day stood tall, with Finn holding both belts, the World Heavyweight Championship and 1/2 tag team titles, being a champ. So could we see old Finn Balor as a champ come this Saturday? Good segment, good opener, and there's more to it after the break. Adam Pearce finds Finn Balor and the Judgment Day, who are all celebrating what they had just done. And Pearce is like, Finn, I just had a conversation with Gunther. And well, there's a change being made to your match this Saturday. It is now a triple threat. As we add Damian Priest to the match. I'm like, oh, where we thought it was going all along, triple threat. What have I been saying? It's gonna end with a triple threat. Gunther defending against both Priest and Balor. And when they announced last week only Balor, I had people come in here and go, you're a liar. You lied. You said triple threat and it's only a singles match. Let it play out. And if you did, you would have saw it was exactly what I predicted. Never reported, but predicted. So all these damn people that keep coming in here going, oh, you're a liar. You lie. You fake news. No. So we're getting the triple threat this Saturday at Saturday night's main event. That's what I was predicting, especially coming out of Survivor Series. So we get this announcement, and Finn gets a little flustered here. And Liv was like, Finn, you're right. You know what you're doing. So you want to give us some advice, me and Raquel, for our matches tonight? And Finn's like, yeah, well, but it's new news. I need to go regroup. I need to think about things, but I'll get back to you. And and he just takes off. I'm like, oh, well, that was interesting. That was very interesting because, well, that wasn't the only news that he was given by Adam Pearce. He was also told that next week, he and JD will defend their tag titles against the War Raiders. And everybody in Judgment Day is banned from ringside. So with that big news coming out of the first, I guess say 30 minutes or so of tonight's Monday Night Raw. We do have a couple bit donations here from Esports Gaming Rules. First one says, what do you think of the tease of the graphic for the new Raw logo? We talked about this Friday, actually. I posted what I think the logo is going to be. So we already talked about that, but it's a good looking logo. Better than that fake shit that people kept passing around after the Jake Paul fight, which I debunked quickly going, yeah, that ain't the real logo. As a designer, I can tell you in half a second that's not a real logo. Or at least not one that a real company and media property would use. So actually, I'll just pull this up. Let's pull this up and take a look at it for anybody that doesn't know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna have to scroll back here for a bit. Here it is. Here it is. So let's throw this up on the screen. Then I want to do this really fast. Run it. Oh, no. Show you this fake logo as well. It's only right that I give all the details. So it's pretty obvious that when WWE moves Raw to Netflix, we're going to get a new logo. We got a new logo for SmackDown when they move back to the USA Network. And when they did the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight on Netflix, people started posting this image. Going, oh, it's the new Raw logo. They showed it during the broadcast of Logan Paul and Mike Tyson. And immediately I look at it and go, I can tell you 3 things that are wrong with it. I can tell you it's not the actual logo, and no real company would use something that ugly. And you may ask, well, what's wrong with it? Well, first off, the R here looks like a B. Think about that. The R looks like a B. So you're not using that as an R. I can tell you right now, that is not an R that a company would use. The way that the highlights here are on the right, but then here are on the left, incorrect. Your highlights would be on the same side of every letter because it is depicting light coming in. So, again, incorrect there. And then why would you have a light here? If this is a 3D logo, if you had a top-down light, your top-down light would give you a shine up here, not underneath. And I don't have, we can do this. Here, I got an idea. So if I get the light on my camera, I'll give you guys a little deal here. And say we have, and let me go to the big screen to show you guys this. So turn the light on my camera. So say this is the top part of the logo, right? This headphones case. And I have a top-down light. You see how the light is shining right here on the edge? You don't see that light at all from the bottom? Yeah. Because the light from the top, how's it hitting here? Unless it's coming from the bottom. If that's the case, then the light would also be hitting here, not here and here. You have it hitting here and here. So what it looks like is it's not even straight on. It's at a slight angle. You're still getting that light there. And so then you can also get it down here, but you're not going to get it there. Just a quick little lighting lesson. So those are the 3 things that I saw. Immediately I was like, yeah, that ain't the real logo. That ain't the real logo. But then go back over here. A little video played that had like these weird, not weird, but like lines and graphical kind of deals. I don't know exactly how to explain it. And it all came together to say this: coming on 1625. And I go, oh, so this must be the Raw logo that we've been seeing for about a month. This must be the new Raw logo. We've seen this floating around for about a month and a half now. And based off of the graphic that they are using in the quick 20-second, if that, little promo they're running, they ran it 3-4 times tonight during Raw. If you look at this right here, the lines right here, this is probably the new Raw logo. This is probably the new Raw logo. So I actually really like it. I think it is very simplistic. I think it is sleek. It's got great lines. It all flows very well. It is a box, but not really a box, if you think about it. Your lines are strict here with the rectangle, but it's also at an angle. And you have, your straight lines here, your straight lines here, but then you also have your angle here also showing the flow, the motion. Very well done logo here. And I do believe that this is going to be the Monday Night Raw logo starting January 6th when we move over to Netflix. So, yeah, there's a couple of things there that I noticed and saw. And, yep, basically, for sure, that's the logo. Because that other one, like I said, I saw multiple graphical things wrong with it. Told me within just the moment I saw it, didn't even blink before I saw all those errors. Esports Gaming Rules also states, what do you think of Naito and Hiromu finally having their match in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wrestle Kingdom 19? I think it's going to be a great match. He said, and Wrestle Kingdom 19 at Tokyo Dome, Tanahashi plus his career on the line and win. So, Tanahashi already told us that he's retiring next year at the Tokyo Dome, not 2025, 2026. So, just because he's going to have a career on the line match, he's not losing. He's not losing. And a couple other things. He says, the whole thing was put his career on the line with the IWGP World and IWGP Global titles on the line at Wrestle Kingdom. The winners defend. So they haven't said that they're defending at Wrestle Kingdom or Wrestle Dynasty. They haven't said that. All those matches for Wrestle Dynasty with champions in them are non-title right now. So they haven't said, Zack Sabre and Ricochet. I believe that's the match. Zack Sabre and Ricochet. That is not listed as a title match. So we'll see how that all goes, because it's like that is the match. So they're not going to list it as a title match and then basically tell us, Umino is not winning. Actually, we don't even know what's going on with Shooter. I think he's back already, but I don't know because he's got the injury and I've heard a couple things, so we'll see. Wrestle Kingdom, Wrestle Dynasty, and then New Year Dash should all three be really good shows. Interesting, no Kyle Fletcher, no Will Ospreay, and no Okada on Wrestle Dynasty, at least as of right now. Three big names to come from New Japan to AEW not working this show, which is very interesting. But as we move forward, the showed all Colton Hevelo, professional bull rider, great professional bull rider, I'll tell you that. Watched him live before. Colton Hevelo. Very good at what he does. Riding them bulls for 8 seconds. But we did go into our first match of the night. It was an 8-man tag team match. It was Karrion Kross, AOP, and The Miz taking on the Wyatt Six. This was the, I want to say, first match for the Wyatt Six since September. And Bo Dallas actually wrestled under the Uncle Howdy mask. Other wrestlers on the Wyatt Six did eventually take their masks off. The match starts in like not even 30 seconds in. We're at the break. After the break, Final Testament was actually in control with Joe Gacy until he quickly made the hot tag to Eric Rowan. Rowan had Miz pinned, but AOP broke up the cover. So Dexter Lumis and Gacy got rid of them. Lumis actually had a big cannonball dive off the top to the floor. Basically almost missed everybody and just, oh my God, he hit so hard. So Uncle Howdy tags in and beats up the Miz until Cross tagged himself in. Uncle Howdy went for a dive, but Scarlett tripped him up. Nikki Cross then appeared as Scarlett was sitting up on the announce table, and Scarlett played this off so well. Nikki Cross comes up from behind, kind of, I don't know if she says anything or whatnot, but Scarlett realizes it, screams like crazy, jumps all around, gets in the ring. The ref's like, you can't be in here. And she's like, save me from her. And then like Nikki disappears, but she's actually really running around the ring. So Scarlett jumps out of the ring on the other side of the ring, and boom, there's Nikki on the steps, jumps on Scarlett. This is great. This was all really, really good. I liked it. Uncle Howdy, at one point, they went for his sister Abigail on Cross, but Miz made the save. As Cross distracted the referee, Howdy went to go after the Miz on the apron. Or actually, he went like to the apron. Miz is on the outside. Paul Ellering would show up and throw powder in Uncle Howdy's face. Cross then gave him one of his final prayer F5s and pinned him 1, 2, 3 to pick up the victory with the final testament. Not only just beating the Wyatt Six, but Karrion Kross pinning Uncle Howdy. And Paul Ellering's back, ladies and gentlemen. That's great to see. Match itself was just okay. So what I really liked that they did throughout this broadcast, and they've done it slightly here and there recently, we'll be in a match or we'll be in a segment or something, and the announcers will say, just so you guys know, next up in the next segment, CM Punk will have a sit-down interview with Jackie Redmond. Or later on, they were like, hey, just so you know, after the next break, the New Day will be coming out here to speak to the crowd, or we'll be hearing from the New Day. So it's like they're telling us before a segment is over, towards the end of the current segment, hey, don't change the channel because this is what you get soon as this is over. Fantastic. Great. Foreshadow. Tell us, not really foreshadow, but, tee it up. Tell us you may not want to change the channel if you want to hear what CM Punk has to say. He's talking to Jackie Redmond. Oh, we had that big crazy angle from the New Day next week. Don't change the channel. They're up next. So it's like we've seen that in the past here and there, but it was like almost every segment tonight was teeing up what's next, what's next, what's next. They're really trying to keep those quarter hours either growing or staying steady. So we get that sit-down interview. It's a pre-taped interview, of course. And Jackie's like, Punk, thank you for being here with me. Thanks for sitting down and talking to me. He goes, Jackie, I just want to say, if you're going to ask me about the Blackhawks, we ain't talking about that right now. He goes, no. We're going to talk about something more relevant. And I'm like, oh, snap. More relevant. It's like, everyone wants to know. Everyone wants to know, what's the favor Paul Heyman owes you? And Punk was like, well, I really don't feel like talking about that right now. We'll get into that when the time is right. He said it's something that's actually kind of personal. He said he and Paul go back many, many years. And right now, this is all just going to stay between the two of them. Jackie's like, I get it. But what about Seth Rollins and what he said last week? Punk said that he wouldn't shy away from a fight, but he was confused about Rollins' hatred. He didn't hate Rollins at all and thought, well, we have a long relationship going all the way back to when he was 16 years old and asked me to train him. Oh, for free. That's a key thing, he said. He's like, it's a key thing, for free. He said the entitlement is carried over with him into his adult life. Rollins wanted to be on everyone's top 10 of all time list. But really, he was on a top 10 about to be fired list until I shielded him from that. Whew, what a great line. And if you didn't get what he meant there, basically he said, I helped create the Shield group, and who was in it? I put him in this group so he couldn't get fired. I shielded him. It was my shield, but I shielded him from being fired. Basically what Punk is saying. Love the callback there. Love it. He's like, but if I had to, grow up in my shadow, I'd hate myself too. He said that everything Punk did, I've already done, and better. Seth Rollins is basically the backup if I'm the starter. He's like, Rollins has done a fantastic job filling the void while I was gone. But he's nothing more than my second string on the bench. I was just like, ooh, this was really good. This was really, really good. Moving forward, we had a first round match in the women's No. My notes are off here. This match. Okay, never mind. It was Liv Morgan versus Dakota Kai. Give me 1 second to scroll back. For some reason, my notes got put out of order. Here we go. Liv Morgan, Dakota Kai. Match went about 6 minutes. Less than 30, maybe 30 seconds in, we're already at break. I'm like, oh, Okay. So we come back from the break, and Liv Morgan was in control. And Pure Fusion Collective are coming down to the ring. Morgan tried to go for a 3 amigos, but Kai countered the last suplex and made a comeback, but got distracted by Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark at ringside. Morgan responded with a code breaker, but Kai countered with a missile drop kick into a power bomb. Kai was then distracted yet again, this time by Sonya Deville, who had jumped up on the apron, and then Kai knocked her down. Referee was fine with it because Rose Deville didn't touch Kai. Kai touched her. Kai went for a running boot, and Morgan avoided it and hit an oblivion to pin her 1, 2, 3. Not much to the match at all. At all. It was all about the post-match, which there really wasn't too much there either. Pure Fusion Collective attacked Dakota Kai afterwards, but Io Sky and Kairi Sane came down to make the save. Sane then wiped out PFC with a dive. Sky had her back turned, and Morgan laid her out with an oblivion, and Morgan stood tall over her next challenger, Io Sky. Not much to any of this, to be completely honest. Not sure why we even did the Liv Morgan Dakota Kai match. And unless I've forgotten something or missed something, why is Pure Fusion Collective coming after Dakota? Just because Dakota beat Shayna in the triple threat last week, I guess? Because there was that video Nia posted on social media of them bitching and moaning that Dakota Kai was the one that won. So it could be that. They're mad that Dakota beat Shayna last week, and now they want to take her out so she can't make it any further in the tournament, is what I'm assuming. Then we got a really good Drew McIntyre video. The pre-tape video. McIntyre called back to Hell in a Cell being the most violent match of his career, saying that he suffered massive blood loss and had to go return home to Scotland because he needed to do some things with his family. He said while he was away, he wondered, was I wrong? Can people really change? Should I really be looking at myself? He said, but then I turned on Survivor Series and I was like, oh yeah, no. Saw Punk standing there teaming with Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn and the Usos as well. Even after everything Roman did to them. He said, you know, they should really think about it. Why would you team with a man that treated you like that? He said, and I quote, at least Punk took a bribe to do it. I'm like, oh, I like that line. I really, really liked that line. He said the rest of them, though, they sold out. But for what? Nothing. So that's when he knew he had to return to take out Sami Zayn. And yes, Jey Uso. I am the one that attacked Jey Uso. He said, I can't go and change the past. I can't really change the present either. But, quote, I will change the future. So another MFer who was mad that guys teamed with Roman Reigns. Like, really? Really? First Seth, now Drew? Oh, boo-hoo. Moving forward, Joe Tessitore gave a shout out to Barry Sanders, native of Wichita. He also gave a shout out to Wichita native Mr. Beast, of all people. And I'm like, oh, okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. There's a video recapping what we had seen with The New Day and everything that they did last week with Big E. Also, hey, we have another loser in the chat who literally just created a brand new YouTube account so he can come in here and try to tell me that I'm a liar. Very funny. Probably the same guy that's been doing it multiple times for the last week. You got to be some kind of a loser to be making new YouTube accounts just so you can come into my live stream and tell me that I was wrong or that I lied in a report. Well, first off, I don't report things. I react to news that other people report. And what he is referencing is a report from PWU Insider today that stated that Carmelo Hayes is slated to be at SmackDown. And then I reacted saying I could see Carmelo showing up on the show based off the angle he had last week with Nick Aldis saying maybe I moved to Raw in the window transfer. Or the window portal, transfer portal, whatever it's called. I never said Carmelo will be on tonight's Raw. Just because the guy is slated to be there doesn't mean he's going to be on the show. There are many people there backstage that don't appear on camera. So for this guy, who if you go to his YouTube channel, I guess you would say, click his name, go to where it says go to channel, it says that he created that channel today. So you got to be some kind of a goddamn fucking loser to do that. Just so you can come in here and tell me that I was wrong or something. You might want to take a look at your life, your sad sack of a life. Get out of your mom and dad's basement and go do something real with your life. Sorry, but it had to be said. Because I bet you this is the same person that's been doing this every single live stream I've had. Coming in here, telling me I'm a liar, I create fake news, and that I don't know what I'm talking about. But then when you go to them and you go to their deal, it says created today. Literally says December 9th, 2024. So maybe you want to look at yourself, figure out why you're obsessing over me. And I've done nothing wrong. Because A, it wasn't my report initially. I reacted to their report from PW Insider and never once said Carmelo will be on the show. I said Carmelo will be at the show, and I wouldn't be shocked if he's on the show based off of that SmackDown segment. So have a great day, loser. Speaking of general managers and whatnot, Cody Rhodes came out of Adam Pearce's office, which has gotten me thinking, based off what we saw on SmackDown, I think they're switching the world champions. I think Cody and the WWE championship, is moving over to Monday Night Raw, with most likely Gunther and the World Heavyweight Championship moving to SmackDown at the start of the new year. Netflix is getting Cody and the WWE title. USA Network is getting Gunther and the world title. Now, it could be Finn. We did have the report last week from WrestleVotes that Finn going into 2025 is going to get a big singles push. I don't know if that means he wins the triple threat on Saturday, or if that is something he's going to get a big push moving forward. So, yeah. Raw, I'm going to send you a link at all. Check our website, pwunlimited.co. Everything is linked and sourced there. So, no, you didn't cook me at all. I don't even know what that means. You get cooked by me. Cooked by me. That's not even proper English. Learn to spell. Learn to speak, bub. Anyways, Cody comes out of Adam Pearce's office, and seems like they're having a nice conversation. Cody in the tracksuit, Nightmare Family tracksuit, not the big three-piece suit he normally wears. And I'm like, okay. But then he bumps into the New Day, and he looks at them and goes, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves, basically for what they did last week, and Kofi and Woods would leave. Very interesting that they had Cody do that. Very interesting. Moving forward, Seth Rollins came down to the ring, and he said that Punk had a career as a politician in his future because he knows how to spin the truth. Punk spun the truth and played the victim. He's been doing this his entire life, and he's nothing more than a fraud and a con man. Well, I mean, if he's a fraud and a con man, then he's perfect for pro wrestling. Pro wrestling was built off the backs of frauds and con men. Trust me, I've heard stories. Rollins told his vision of the story. He said, yeah, I did go to Punk and ask him to train me. Punk helped me get into this business. He opened the door for me. He said, we were friends back in the day. Part of the story that Punk left out is the real reason why I hate him. When Punk walked out on this company many years ago, I called him a friend. And I reached out to him to see if he was okay, but he never responded. But not just to me. He never responded to anybody that was still with this company, because he felt that if you didn't leave as well, you were no longer Team Punk and you were evil. You were the enemy. For the next 10 years, Punk tried to do his best to tear this company down, take shots and talk bad about it every opportunity he got. But then Punk finally came back. Why? Because he failed at everything that he tried to do, burned every bridge, and the money was just right. Crowd chanted for Punk. Rollins says, I used to respect CM Punk. He wanted to be I wanted to be just like him. But then I realized, again, Punk was a fraud. And I wanted to be a better man than he was. Whatever Punk has done in this ring, I've done twice. Rollins also did the one thing that Punk never did. Well, main event, WrestleMania. Sami Zayn would then interrupt. Zayn admitted that it was wrong of him to accuse Rollins of attacking Jay last week. Zayn knew better, and he apologized to Seth. Rollins spoke about how close they used to be. Their kids play together. And for him to be the first name that came to Sami's mind, it hurt. It hurt. Zayn said that Rollins was out of his mind last week. He was pointing his finger at everyone else and acted like he was the only person with a moral clarity. He sounded like the Rollins of old, or maybe like Drew McIntyre. He said that I know you're a better person than that, better person than Drew McIntyre. But this thing with Punk, it seems to have brought out the best, or brought out the worst in you. Zayn admitted he shouldn't have even gotten involved, though. The issue with Punk was Rollins' business, and he could handle it however he wanted. Rollins said, I appreciate that, Sami. And Sami said, so I apologize. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have accused you. Are we good? But the way he says this, he goes, yeah, Sami, we're good. The way he says it is like, sure, but not at 100%. Rollins said, Zayn now had his own issues to deal with Drew McIntyre, and he left. Zayn goes, yeah, I do. Zayn wants to end things with McIntyre as quickly as they've started. So he went to Adam Pearce, and he got a match made with Drew McIntyre. And this Saturday, they will go one-on-one at Saturday night's main event. He said, quote, Drew, I will see you Saturday. Zayn then leaves the ring and walks up the ramp. And as he gets to the top of the ramp, bada boom, there's Drew McIntyre to blindside him. The two brawl. Just try to get in the way. They brawl to the back. There's a very funny clip that was, pulled out of Sami and Drew going at it, right? There's and Adam Pearce is trying to break it up, but not get involved and in the middle of it because he doesn't want to get hit. It's funny. It's very funny. Remember, guys, if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, if you're watching on Twitch, you can donate Twitch bits. If you're watching on YouTube, you can donate a super chat or a super sticker. Moving forward, we had a first round match in the women's IC title tournament. Lyra Valkyria versus Ivy Nile and Zelina Vega. I thought these three worked very well together. But again, another one that went to a break less than a minute in. There's quite a few. Most matches actually tonight did that. They're like 30 to 45 seconds in. We're already at the break. So Valkyria and Nile traded counters. Vega nailed them both with a senton. Vega took a page out of Rey Mysterio's book and gave Nile a sliding powerbomb outside the ring. Later on, Nile simultaneously gave both women, which is a really good spot, both women a German suplex. So double German suplex. And she kept hold of Valkyria and bridged it for the pin, but only got a 2 off of it. Vega at one point then hit Nile with a code red, but Valkyria broke up the cover. Valkyria then gave Nile the Nightwing and pinned her 1-2-3 to advance to the next round of the women's IC title tournament. As we pull up the brackets here, let me grab these right here. As far as this does go, for some reason it won't full screen. There we go. Now it's full screened. We do know that Lyra Valkyria has advanced, and she will be taking on the winner in the next round of Alba Fire, Kairi Sane, and Natalya, which I assume is going to be Natalya. We still have on the other side Zoe Stark, Raquel Rodriguez, and Kaden Carter. I assume that's Raquel Rodriguez. And then we get Dakota and Raquel. I still think Dakota wins the match or the title. So maybe the finals, Dakota and Lyra in the finals. We don't know when the finals are yet. My prediction is first Raw on Netflix. It would make sense with how everything's laid out. So see how it all does go. Jack Dawson here with the bit donation says, keep up the good work, Tim. Two things you need to see. Two things do you see Big E coming back to the ring at Rumble? And is it possible either CM Punk or McIntyre get a world title shot at WrestleMania 41? Big E coming back at the Rumble, I can't predict. I do think Big E will return to the ring. I just don't know when. Rumble, maybe. I feel like the way they did the segment last week with Big E leads me to think that he will return one day and maybe get revenge on Woods and E for the way they treated him. But I do think the way they did that segment, they have a better feeling that he will get cleared than not. And then as far as Drew or Punk getting a world title shot next year, if I had to pick one, I'd say Punk. I actually have a video I'm working on right now that I might, Wednesday it'll probably be up. I'm going to be too busy with family stuff tomorrow. But Wednesday I'm hopefully going to have this video done by Wednesday of my prediction in fantasy booking of John Cena's first big storyline in his final year, his farewell tour, from the beginning of 2025 to WrestleMania. And within that, I answer that question. If I think one of them could get a title shot at WrestleMania. But if I'm going to tell you right now, I'll just say it's CM Punk. I think CM Punk could win the Royal Rumble. You then get the New Day. And man, was this amazing. Great. Awesome. So Kathy Kelly's interviewing the New Day backstage. And the crowd's just booing super loud. You can hear them. They're chanting New Day sucks. And they're like, basically Kathy's like, so what happened last week? Why did you treat Big E like that? This and that and so forth. And they're just like, you know, Kathy, we don't need to answer your question. Give us the mics. Let us talk. And so Kofi grabs the mic and he's like, hey, you, John Cena's boy, give me your camera. Give me your camera. So he takes the camera from, I assume it's Stu. We never see him, but I assume it's Stu. And Kofi goes to start walking to the ring. So Woods follows him with the camera. They walk through Gorilla and they go to the back. And commentary's like, they've commandeered camera number 7. Now they got camera number 7 in Gorilla. They're coming out here. So they make their way out to the ring. The crowd is chanting New Day sucks and booing very loudly. Kofi tried to speak. You could barely hear him. He said, after 10 years of positivity, this is what we get? You're this mad over one day? Woods could barely get a word out. Fans started chanting, we want Big E. We want Big E. And Woods responded with, we didn't even do anything to E. So he said, they could have taken a steel chair to Big E's back or even a sledgehammer to the back of his head, but they didn't. They didn't want to hurt him. They had to speak the truth. Kingston may have had more examples, but then stopped when the crowd got louder and louder and louder. They continued to chant both, we want Big E and New Day sucks. Woods tried to speak again. Could get no more than a word or two out before he basically said, screw it, threw the mic down, and they left the ring. They walked out of the ring. They jumped from the ring, and the crowd exploded because they stopped talking or trying to talk and left. They then went back to booing. New Day yelled at them from the ramp, and there we go. Very cool. I love this a lot. I thought this was awesome. Great segment. Great segment. Also, I do want to say thank you on Twitch. We got a hype train going, level 1 hype train. Esports Gaming Rules with the bit donation says, Kofi and Xavier got nuclear heat, and the WWE Universe wants Big E back. Yeah, that's what you would call nuclear heat. That was some Don Callis, Dominic Mysterio levels of heat, if not more. And it was great, and it was exactly what they wanted. You could tell this is what they wanted coming off of that segment. This is what they were looking for coming off of that segment last week, with them kicking Big E to the curb, them stating that Big E was in the wrong for never coming back for them. Big E was in the wrong for staying away for so long and this and that. And the reaction they got tonight was exactly the greatest reaction they could have got based off of that. So awesome. So awesome. That crowd reacted perfectly. That crowd, like, I can't give them more flowers. I had someone that was there live going, man, I've never heard a crowd boo this loud before. I was like, okay, that's good to hear from someone in the building. I do want to say thank you for you guys, bit donations and whatnot, getting us a hype train going on Twitch. Really appreciate that. You can get that hype train going up to a level 2 if you guys donate and subscribe. Some more subscriptions, gift subscriptions, more bit donations. Really do appreciate that. They then ran down the card for Saturday night's main event. 5 matches so far in total for the 2-hour broadcast. And it's a 2-hour broadcast with commercials. So these matches are either going to be really quick matches or, yeah. There's probably going to be, because I thought there would be like the 4 matches and then a couple segments. No, it doesn't seem like it at all, because we got the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Gunther will be defending against both Finn Balor and Damian Priest. With the Women's World Championship on the line, Liv Morgan will be defending against Io Sky. With the WWE Undisputed Championship on the line, Cody Rhodes will be defending against Kevin Owens. We will crown the first ever Women's United States Champion, and Sami Zayn will go one-on-one with Drew McIntyre. So very, very cool. Very good to hear. Before we get into our main event, got to hear from the sponsor of this video, Spilt Chocolate Milk. Are you looking to power up your day with a delicious, nutritious boost? Look no further than Spilt Chocolate Milk. Spilt Chocolate Milk isn't just any chocolate milk. It's packed with high-quality protein and essential nutrients to keep you fueled and ready for anything. Whether you're gearing up for a workout, needing a midday pick-me-up, or just craving a tasty treat, Spilt has you covered. Crafted with real, rich chocolate and the finest ingredients, Spilt Chocolate Milk delivers a creamy, indulgent taste that will leave you wanting more. Plus, it's low in sugar, making it the perfect guilt-free indulgence. So why wait? Grab a can of Spilt Chocolate Milk today and experience the perfect blend of flavor and nutrition. Use our link in the description below or the pinned comment to pick yours up through Amazon right now. So as far as Saturday night does go on NBC, and I'm trying to see. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong Saturday. That's why. Okay, this is interesting. Because everyone keeps saying 2-hour broadcast, 2-hour broadcast. But if we look at the NBC website, the NBC.com/schedule page, we'll pull this up on the screen. Actually, this is 3.5 hours. That is very interesting. Let me pull this up on the screen really fast. As we go here, Saturday, December 14th. Again, NBC's. You see the logo right there. 7 p.m. Saturday night's main event from Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Uniondale, New York. But then there's nothing else listed till 10:30 p.m. We're getting a 3.5 hour show. Saturday Night Live at 10:30. And again, this is because I'm Central Time, so this is for me. This is going to be listed as far as my times do go. But it's still 3 hours, 3.5 hours. That's very interesting. Because every report has been saying 2-hour broadcast, 2-hour broadcast. But this right here, and let me do something really fast. I'm going to screenshot this, send it on Twitter, and see if we get anything. Because that's an interesting little tidbit there. Let me see something. As of right now, the NBC schedule page has Saturday night's main event this weekend scheduled for 3.5 hours, even though all reports have stated it will be a 2-hour broadcast. What's up with that? What's up with that? And not that Hurricane. What's up with that? Let's post this screenshot and see if anybody responds. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Wrong folder. Yeah, because you guys saw it. It says 7 p.m., which is Central Time, and nothing else listed till 10:30 p.m. Central Time. Very, very interesting. But you would think, and let me look at this one more time before I send this tweet. I want to look at this one more time. Because we also have, we need news there somewhere at 10. So is news not listed? If we go back to it, we'll pull up on the screen here in just 1 second. Because the interesting thing here is not 3 hours actually. Now that not 3.5 hours actually. Because what they do on Saturdays is Saturday Night Live is at 11 Eastern or 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central. But at 11 or 10 Central is news. Well, that's interesting that the NBC website has it listed potentially for 3 hours. I'm just going to put, am I looking at this wrong? See if anyone responds. Let's see if we get anything while we talk about this here main event. As far as the main event goes, an anything goes match between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. 3 matches getting more time if the show 3 hours. What you would assume more time for matches if it's 3 hours instead of 2 hours. Because it starts at 7 Central. But then there's nothing else listed. If you look, like we saw. Nothing else listed until Saturday Night Live. And they normally don't put the news in there. You can look at it any day and the news is not going to be listed. It's not going to say local news or whatever. So actually, I'm going to look one more thing. Let me look one more thing. How far ahead can we go on YouTube TV and their schedule? Like their TV, their guide. That could tell me as well. That'll tell me better. Let me look at that really fast as we pull that up. Go live. We can pull this up on the screen. Will it let me go that far ahead? So NBC is right here, NBC 2. How far ahead can I go? Whoop. This might take a while. Hold on, let's go to tomorrow morning. Sort. Can I like sort by day? To sort default. It's not even letting me click anything. Oh, now it's going. Sort. I think I'm trying to just move things too fast. Nope, that's not how I want it to sort. Okay, here we go. It's just going to go very, very slow. Okay, while we talk about this main event, I'm going to fast forward through this. Not fast forward, but I'm going to shoot forward through this and see if we get anything. No, it's only showing me until tomorrow morning now. Like it's not letting me go any further. Oh, okay. So as far as this main event does go, Rhea Ripley comes out. We go to break. Come back from the break. Raquel's coming out, and Rhea says, that ain't happening. You ain't going to walk down this ramp. I'm going to meet you at the top of the ramp. They start brawling. The match did not begin until they entered the ring because they told us it's anything goes. But the only rule is that you have to win in the ring. So Ripley was all over Raquel early on and grabbed a table. But Raquel grabbed her and gave her a follow-away slam onto the announce desk. They went, okay, here we go. I wrote this wrong. As they moved forward, they dropped each other with big boots. Ripley went on the offense and drop kicked a chair into Raquel's face. Rodriguez then dumped Ripley face first on the top of the turnbuckle and got a 2 off of it. They messed up whatever spot they were supposed to be going for, it seemed like, involving chairs. So Ripley nailed her with a chair to make up for it. So Ripley then had some chairs laid in the middle of the ring and was going to go for a riptide when Liv Morgan would run out to put a stop to it. Ripley yanked her into the ring, and Rodriguez booted Ripley and slammed her on the chairs instead to get a 2. Ripley avoided a Tejana bomb and headbutted Raquel. Ripley then set up for a riptide, but Morgan made the save. Excuse me. Ripley then fought them off initially, but Morgan did give her an oblivion before Io Sky would run out to make the save. He had a springboard dropkick and a suicide dive on Liv. Rodriguez then set up a table in the middle of the ring and was going to go for a Tejana bomb, but Ripley shimmied out of it, got behind her, threw her into the corner where the chair was wedged, grabbed her, riptied through the table, and pinned her 1, 2, 3. Crowd was hot for all of this. Crowd loved this match. They were going wild, especially after that break. It was great. This match was really good. They worked very well together, as we assumed they would. Then we had a little bit of a stare down after the match. Rhea celebrates for a second, gets up to her knees, reaches over without even looking, reaches over for the Women's World Championship. But at the same time, Io reaches over for the Women's World Championship. They both get to their feet, neither letting go of the belt. They look each other in the face, and the show goes off the air with the two of them staring each other down. Both wanting that Women's World Championship, but you gotta know, Io's the one with a shot on Saturday. Also, this is just not letting me go fast enough to get to Saturday. I'm only on tomorrow or Wednesday morning. Yeah, we're done with this. But with that, let me get the poll going here on Twitch. What did you think of Raw? What did you think of Raw? I liked it. It was all right. I didn't like it. I thought it was a really good show. I enjoyed it. Nothing I disliked. And yeah, also, I forgot to show you guys something. There's a new Alpha Academy shirt. They're not called the Alpha Babes. Let me show you guys this. This is really cool. WWE dropped this today, in case you guys are interested. Why am I not seeing it now? Oh, okay, here we go. No. Did I not post? I thought I posted the shirt. Did I not? There it is. You guys can go pick up your Alpha Babes shirt. I'll put the link in the chat for you guys. Got it right here. Why is it not wanting to show? There we go. There's a new Alpha Academy Alpha Babes shirt. I actually really like this. It's got like a Scooby-Doo / anime cartoon vibe to it. It says Alpha Babes, we got you, babe. Brand new shirt. Will not ship by Christmas. So just know that if you do get it, it will not ship by Christmas because it's a brand new shirt that just dropped today. But if you do use our link in the description or the chat right now, you will be supporting us here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited. I think it's a really cool looking shirt. I might actually get one myself. I like it. I think it's cool. I like the art style. I like the Alpha Babes thing there. I don't know if they're getting a name change or not. But on the front, it says Alpha Babes. On the back, it's also got this Alpha Babes logo. So the question is, are they getting a name change from Alpha Academy to Alpha Babes? Go pick up your shirt by using our link in the chat or the description now. As far as the polls do go, pull these up here. As far as the threads poll does go, 89% liked the show, 11% didn't like it. Looking at the Twitter X poll, 78% liked the show, 14% thought it was just all right, and 7% didn't like it. As far as the Facebook poll does go, pull that up here. Again, we don't get numbers, we just get what order. It was all right actually wins. I liked it was in second, and I didn't like it in third place. Looking at the YouTube community poll here. 80% liked the show. 14% thought it was just all right, and 6% didn't like it. First, Saturday night's main event is going to be 2 hours. I checked TV Guy website. Okay, but I'm looking on the actual NBC website. So, and Fonzie, that's the last time I'm going to do this. Please donate a super chat. Don't try to get around it. And this word says, it was okay. Liked the main event. Rhea versus Raquel. If you're going to be commenting in the live chat, might as well donate a super chat to support the channel. Instead of trying to go around my back and go, oh, I know, I'll get them to read my comment for free. Don't be like that. Support the channel. Keep the lights on and keep new content coming. Because we're working on new stuff, but it needs to get funded. As far as the live poll does go, 76% likes the show, 20% thought it was just all right, and 3% didn't like it. Finally, everybody that voted on Twitch liked the show. With that, guys, that is going to wrap everything up here. I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. With that, guys, we'll be back on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys.